How you doing? This is Joe Uribe here at Anglers Marine. Wanted to go over a little tip of the week this week. Get a lot of customers that come in and ask us questions about splicing braid to mono or braid to fluoro. And a special knot we've been using the last couple of years called the Slim Beauty knot. For all you folks back home, you can Google that at Slim Beauty knot, and it'll kind of give you a little bit more demonstration on how to do it, other than what I'm going to show you here, hands-on. What we've got is we've got Maxima 8-pound test, ultra green line. We've got Power Pro 20-pound braid, which one thing that's real important that we like to do is match the diameter of the braid to whatever monofilament or fluorocarbon diameter that you're using. Today we're using 20 pounds Power Pro Super Braid. That's equivalent to 6-pound test diameter, so you can use anything from 6 to 8-pound tests will be fine. You don't want to go too heavy on the monofilament or fluoro because it'll overpower the braid and vice versa. So what we'll do is we'll start out, we'll call the braid here our main line, which it'll be attached to the rod. We'll have our leader material, which will be here. That's the Maxima 8-pound ultra green. We'll start out with the Maxima by taking this and holding each piece of line in both hands. And what I would like to do is basically make a figure 8. And I'll take the monofilament, I'll make a loop, and I'll actually go under and twist. I'll take it and twist that, so you make a complete twist with that loop. Take the tag in and go back through the existing loop that you first made. And when you kind of cinch that up a little bit, as you can see here on the camera, you'll see it's got a perfect figure 8. It's really important that you make sure that you do this properly. This is probably the most crucial part here, is to make sure that you get a proper figure 8. Once you're done with that, you take that in your index finger and your thumb finger and you squeeze that right in the middle, so you'll have 2 bunny ears on each end. You'll have one with the main leader material and the other one with the tag end, okay? Holding that in one hand, now I'm going to hold this in my left hand because I'm a right-handed person, so I'll take this braid and I'll actually thread it through the first loop, going in the direction that the tag end comes out of. So I'll go in, take the braid, and actually go back out the other one, okay? What I want to make sure is I'm running the lines parallel to each other, so I'll run the braid. Make sure you leave yourself enough line, so I'll thread that braid through there. There again, I'll switch hands, take my index finger, my thumb finger on my right hand, and switch that and pinch that in the middle. So now I've got the figure 8, and I've got the braid all held into this one hand. So now what I'll do is I'll take the loose tag end of the braid and I'll start wrapping it around the monofilament 7 times, okay? Finger coordination is key. Whatever's comfortable to you, as you can see on the video how I'm using my fingers to make it more comfortable for me to tie this. And I'll wrap that around there 7 times. Once I'm done with that, I'll take it and I'll hold it at the end of that braid that I wrapped and wrap it back over itself 7 times. So I'll heading back to the figure 8 that I made. Okay, once I've done that, now I've got the tag end facing the figure 8. I don't go into the first loop that it comes to. I'll go out the first loop that I initially first went into, threading it through there just like a sewing needle. As you can see now, all the lines are still running parallel. I can let that figure 8 go. I'll grab the monofilament on one hand, and I'll grab the loose tag ends of the monofilament and the braid and the main braid in the other hand. What I'll do is I'll start slowly cinching that figure 8 down. As you can see that all coming together there. Okay, slowly just taut. Once I get that figure 8 taut there, as you can see the braid's a little loose here on this end, but it's all still wrapped 7 times over itself. I'll go ahead and at that point let go of the tag end of the monofilament. I'll grab the main braid and the tag end braid, grab the main monofilament on the other end, and I'll slowly start bringing that together. Okay. Before I do that though, I'll take that and I'll wet that. And I'll go ahead and I'll bring that together. What that'll do is that'll lubricate the braid, nice, and bring it in. Now as I'm bringing it in, what I like to do is I'll actually, as it's coming together, I'll try to feather that out a little bit with my thumb and my index finger. As you can see that all coming together. What that'll do is that'll actually, the figure 8's already cinched, it'll cradle that figure 8, it'll suck that into the braid, and it acts as like a sleeve. Okay, once I'm done, I'll go ahead and I'll take the tag end of the monofilament, pull on that just a little bit to make sure it's tight, which it should be, and then I'll go ahead and pull that tight and snug. So as you can see, when you properly do this, you don't have lines crisscrossing. Okay, you've got the braid, the tag end monofilament, and the tag end braid all going out the same direction, nice and even. Okay, what I'll do is I'll take some good braid cutting scissors here, and I'll take that and cut it as tight to the knot as I can. And it's really not a knot, it's a figure eight that just cinched down and a bunch of wraps with a braid that actually protects that knot. So you can see that on camera. It's really nice and smooth, allows that to go right through your guides, whether they're micro guides or standard traditional guides, makes it go through nice and smooth and easy. So I'll lay this down on the mat there as you can see how nice and snug that knot is. Nice thing about that is you're wrapping primarily with a braid, which a braid is very easy to work with. So the figure eight is just something that'll cinch it down to lock it into place where it's not going to slide through there. And that's a Slim Beauty knot. You can take it, you can put a little dab of glue on there if you like. I don't usually do, but if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can definitely put a little bit of glue on there. It's not going to hurt. And other than that, that's your Slim Beauty knot. That's a tip of the week here at Anglers Marine. I'm Joe Uribe. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.